Very good morning and welcome to the meditation of yoga. Today we will practice the seated poses as per the International Day of Yoga IDY protocol. Sit comfortably, sit tall, take your arms out to the side, open the chest, widen at the collarbones, bend the elbows, join the palms together. We'll begin by chanting Om 3 times. Take a slow, deep breath in. Om. Om. Slowly release your hands. Open your eyes. Place your palms and fingers around the knees. Roll the shoulders back. Sit tall. Lift the trunk. Lift the navel. Lift the sternum. Take the shoulder blades into the body to open the chest and out. Release the chest. As you breathe out, draw the chin to the chest and keep it there. Feel the length of the cervical spine. Up the head, take the head all the way back. I'll feel the stretch at the front of the head. Release the chin to a neutral position. Roll the shoulders back once again. Place your fingertips on the floor behind you. Broaden at the chest. Broaden the trunk. Feel that there's width in the trunk. Maintain this height and width. Straighten your legs. Straighten the legs. Keep the feet straight. Join the feet together. And see that the feet are facing up. Push your thighs down. Roll the shoulders back once again. Press your fingertips on the floor to lift the trunk. You'll find that with the seated position, the lumbar spine is often very tight. Use your fingertips to lift, to take the strain away from the lumbar spine. Lift the shoulder blades, breathe in and take the head back. As you breathe out, draw the chin to the chest. The shoulder blades spread. Feel the rib cage spread as you open the chest. Breathe in, raise up the head. Release your hands. Fold your right leg in so that the knee is out to the side and the left leg is straight. Press your fingertips on the floor, roll the shoulders back and lift the trunk. Soften the abdomen, lift the sternum. The work here is to take the weight of the trunk away from the hips, but press the thighs down. Feel both the thighs moving down towards the floor. This bent leg, the knee moves away from you to create more space in the pelvic area and lift the trunk. Support the trunk with your fingertips, with your hands behind you. Takes the strain away from the lower back. The work is to push both thighs down and lift. On your breath. Release. Change legs. Extend the right leg out straight. Fold in the left. Place your fingers on the floor, roll the shoulders back. Focus on the length of the trunk. At the same time, the width of the trunk. This knee moves away from you, creating space in the pelvic area. Turn the navel and sternum to face forward. Push your thighs down and lift the trunk out of it. Once you're stable in the posture, focus on your breath. The thighs are active in this posture and the trunk is lifting. Bend both your legs. Take the feet slightly apart. Move your heels away from you, your toes towards you. Just to flex the backs of the legs. Roll the shoulders back. Keep your fingertips pressed onto the floor. Now fold in the right leg once again. And fold in the left leg, but keep them away from you. The heels are not too close to the hip. Roll the shoulders back and lift out of the trunk. The reason why I've asked you to keep your feet away is to create more space in the pelvic area and room for you to lift. Now use the strength of the thighs and the strength of the fingertips. The fingertips push the trunk up and the thighs move the knees down. With this action, you'll feel a release in the area of the groin and lift the navel away from the floor, lift the sternum away from the floor. The openness in the pelvic region, and the thighs are actively working to take the knees down. Now, if you can, draw your feet closer, you'll find that the knees will lift, the height of the knees will lift. Hold onto your ankles and use the strength of your thighs to take the knees lower. At the same time, with the arms straight, lift the spine, lift the arm. There's a dual action once again. So this is not a passive Baddha Konasana. In the passive Baddha Konasana, you join your feet, you lift the trunk and you stay there. With this action, you want the thighs to be working. So the thighs lengthen away from the pelvic area towards the knee. You lengthen from the inner groin to the inner knee, creating an openness in this pelvic area. Use your fingertips behind you. Similar action. Lift the trunk and now draw the knees down. Draw the knees down and press the feet together. Reach together and use the strength of the thighs to take the knees down. And release. So Baddha Konasana is a very calming pose, a very quietening pose, because it creates the freedom in the abdominal area as well. At the same time, it's preparation for sitting. If you can, open your feet. So move your big toes away from each other. Open your feet like the pages of a book, and this will help you to take the knees lower. With this action, lift the trunk. You'll feel the effort around the area of the groins. And lift it. Lift the navel away from the floor. Lift the sternum away from the navel. And release. Release. Roll your shoulders back. Place your fingertips behind you. And straighten your legs. Straighten your legs. Heels away from you. Toes towards you. Shake out the legs. Cross your legs again. And come to sit. As we prepare for child's pose, also known as Shashanka Asana or the hare pose. With this action, can you see the similarity to Baddha Konasana where there's an extension from the inner groin to the inner knee? And now stretch the arms forward, stretch the arms forward. You can turn to face the side of your mat, if you're not already there. So create a width. Turn the trunk to face the side of your mat. The knees are open, and now lift the trunk. Move the lower shoulder blade into the body. Walk your hands forward, press your fingertips, and move the lower shoulder blade into the body. Push the buttock back onto the heel, You need to take a support between the buttock and the knee line. Spread your fingers, spread your palm and stretch out. Release the navel to the floor. Feel the buttocks move back. Feel the armpits move forward. Soften the abdomen, release the forehead and release your elbows. Initially, the thighs are actively moving you back. The navel move forward and then surrender. Release into the pose. Release the front body to the floor, release the back body to the floor. Release the forehead to the floor and focus on just the exhalation. Walk your hands back. Walk your hands back. Join your knees together. Sit on support. The thighs move down. The tops of your feet press onto the floor to lift the trunk. Lift the navel away from the floor. Lift the sternum away from the navel. Broaden across the chest. Place your hands on your thighs. This is a Vajrasana. Also a seated pose, a meditative pose. It's very therapeutic for the knees. Keep the chest open. Eyes closed. Focus on the strength of the legs anchoring you down. Press the backs or the tops of the feet down and lift the trunk out of the hips. Lift the crown of the head. Broaden across the chest. Focus on your breath. Focus on the height of the trunk and the width of the trunk at the same time. Ardha Ustrasana and Ustrasana. So roll your mat in to create a cushion for the knees and come onto your knees. You're going to stand on your knees. Take your knees hip width apart, creating space. If you need to take extra support, something that is stable, fold your mat once or twice and come to standing knees. Roll the shoulders back. The tops of the feet press down onto the floor like you did when you were seated. Roll the shoulders back, draw the elbows towards each other. Lift the navel away from the floor, lift the sternum away from the navel. Move the lower shoulder blade into the body and look up. If you have high blood pressure, continue looking forward. Don't take the head back. Those of you that are fine, lift the sternum, lift the chest, open the chest. Focus on your breath and focus on the stability of the feet. The thighs anchor you down and release your hands. You can choose to repeat Ardha Ustrasana or go for the full Ustrasana, which is camel pose. For this action, you're going to go further back. So release your palms onto your feet and move the hip forward. Lift the chest and release the head back. Once again, high blood pressure, look forward. Work is to move the thighs forward, press on the tops of the feet, move the lower shoulder blade into the body, open the chest and lift. Breathe into the pose. And release and come to sit back into Vajrasana. Feel the length of the chest, feel the openness of the chest. Place your fingertips on the floor and straighten your legs. Straighten out the leg. Heels away from you, toes towards you. Shake out the legs. And once again, join the soles of your feet together. Coming to a Baddha Konasana action. And feel the lift of the trunk and the openness of the pelvic area. Release and come onto your knees once again. Come onto your knees, sit in Vajrasana, roll the shoulders back. Feel the height of your trunk and the width of the trunk once again. Raise up the arms, create a length. And now bend the elbows and cross your wrists and stretch the armpit. Lift the elbows. The work here is to feel the extension of the trunk. Take out the right, take out the left. This is Uttan Mandukasana. It's an extended frog pose. But the work here as well, the thighs move down, the tops of the feet press down. With this action, lift the navel, lift the sternum, stretch the armpit, and keep the elbows extended. Straighten the arms and change the crossing of your wrists. Stretch the armpit, lift the elbows, lift the navel, lift the sternum. Thighs press down, the tops of the feet press down. Now as you breathe in, stretch it. And release your hands, place them onto your thighs, roll the shoulders back and sit tall. Feel the openness in the pelvic area and the openness of the chest. Your fingertips and straighten your legs out for Dandasana once again. Do a gentle twist. Vakrasana. Place your fingertips on the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Raise up the right knee. Keep the left leg straight. We're going to do an open twist. With this action, take your left hand behind you to support the trunk. And take your right hand on the inside of the right knee. Bend the elbow. You're going to push the knee onto the elbow and push the elbow onto the knee, creating this tension. With this fulcrum, you're going to turn. Move the navel, move the shoulder blades, and look over your shoulder. Soften the abdomen. And lift the trunk. Press the thigh of the straight leg down. Press the bent leg foot down and look over your shoulder. Release your gaze. Release your hands and change legs. Straighten out your legs. Sit in Dandasana. Lift the sides of the chair. Raise up the left knee. Keep the foot firmly on the floor. So there's action here. The foot presses down. The thigh of the straight leg presses down. Take your right hand behind you and take your left elbow on the inside of the left leg. Lift the trunk and as you breathe out, twist. Press the knee against the elbow and the elbow against the knee. And twist look over your right shoulder. Lift the trunk. Soften the abdomen, move the navel, and keep pressing the elbow against the knee and the knee against the elbow. Release your gaze, release your hands, straighten both your legs, keep your legs straight, roll the shoulders. Come to sitting, Dandasana once again. Feel the lift of the spine and the openness of the chest. Draw the arms forward, place them onto your knees, lift the chin. Hold your legs in. Hold your legs in. And come to sit, asana again. Soften the abdomen. Lift the navel. Release your fingers beside you and feel the lift of the trunk and the spread of the chest. Take your right hand behind you. Take your left hand over the right side. Breathe in, lift the sides of the trunk, and as you breathe out, softly twist once again. Move the navel, shoulder blades, and look over your right shoulder. Keep your thighs fixed. Keep your thighs firm. But from above the hip, feel the softness of the abdomen. Feel the navel move. Feel the left shoulder blade move into the body, the right shoulder blade move away from you, and look over. Your gaze, release your hands, and let's change sides. Take your left hand behind you in line with the spine. Take your right hand over the left knee, breathing in, lift the side of the chin. And breathe out, soften the abdomen and twist. Twist to look over your shoulder. Feel the firmness of your legs. Feel the lift of the trunk. Feel the softness of the abdomen. Your gaze forward. Release your hands. And come to lie flat on your back. Come to lie flat on your back. Press both your feet firmly on the floor. Turn your palms to face up. Press the shoulders on the floor. And imagine you're doing Ustrasana once again. Lift the hips, lift the shoulder blades, tuck the shoulders under, and lift those shoulder blades into the body. Press your feet down, engage your thighs, and arch at the back. Keep pressing the feet down and lift. Out. Keep your knees up and your feet flat on the floor. We're going to repeat. Press your feet down firmly. Breathe in, lift the hips, lift the thighs. Create an arch. You can walk your shoulders in towards your heels and lift. Your hips, lift the lower shoulder blade, lift the thighs, lift the buttock, press the feet down. Release. With both hands, draw both your knees in towards the chest. Spread the back, soften the abdomen, and draw your knees in towards the chest. Feet are soft. And stay here for a few moments. Focus on the softness of the abdomen, the softness of the feet. Straighten both your legs and release into Shavasana. Feel the softness of the abdomen. Feel the spread of the abdomen. Feel the shoulder blades release the floor. Broaden across the chest. The abdomen is soft. Keep the face soft. Place both your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Up the right arm all the way past the right hip. Roll over onto your right side. And press to come to sit. Press to come to sit. Junk. Feel that your thighs are pressing down. Feel the openness, that length from the inner groin to the inner knee. Feel that extension. Press your fingertips on the floor to lift the trunk. Lift the navel away from the floor. Lift the sternum away from the navel. And take your elbows slightly behind you to broaden across the chest. So feel that this openness was assisted by the Ustrasana, and pressing your thighs down was assisted by Baddha Konasana. So these asanas that we have done have assisted us to sit properly. With the openness of the chest and the firmness of the legs, lift the trunk. Join the palms together, eyes closed. Focus on your breath. Go a long, deep breath in. As you breathe out, release your chin to the chest. Your hands and open your eyes. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and we will meet tomorrow.